sidelines and switched families.
Momentum is such a big thing. It's such a real part of college football, isn't it? You can just feel that right now. It just felt a few minutes ago like this game was over, and all of a sudden, this team, they're believing in themselves. They've got some win. They've got some hope. Their defense now needs to get the football back to keep that momentum going.
He's got it. Two-point conversion is good, and now they're within a field goal here in the fourth. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. Wide receiver now comes in motion. They'll run the option. At the 35, he's loose. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
Small game, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You've got to do a lot of this.
Solid pickup for 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. And he put his foot in the ground and turned it upfield and turned it into a big play. Great decision to keep it.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea. Because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch. As you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense. Now, they got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
The back goes in motion. Dumps it off in the flats. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
And this offense not only has a chance to extend the lead on 1st and goal, but they can also drain the clock. Now on the option. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. On the option. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
All right, defense, if they score, it's a wrap. It's over. So we got to find a way. You know, the clock's our enemy, but we got to find a way to get a stop, put ourselves in a position and get the ball with some clock and try to go down and make something happen offensively.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
3rd and 2, trying to be physical, trying to win the battle up front. Almost there, Palmer, just short, 4th and inches.
Yeah, and he was so disappointed he didn't pick up that first. He's looking over to the sideline.
Touchdown, Georgia Tech! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
He'll bring it out. It's Barrett. Busts through behind his pad. And runs through another one.
Well, that is a very disappointing kickoff return. They've got to do a better job up front blocking these guys running down the field. There was just nowhere for that return man to go.
Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. No time to feel sorry for yourself here, Jesse. There's still a chance, but you've got to get it going now. He hurls one deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Well, the defense didn't get caught napping there. In this situation, you know they have to stay alert for the deep ball.
Yeah, so what defense am I going to call? I'm going to keep some DBs back deep. I'm going to keep my safety a little bit deeper, understanding they're down. They're going to have to attack down the field. I'm going to stick to my passing sets, my nickels, my dimes.
He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. Wants to throw on first down. Coming out, fires one high and deep. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
The offense is trying to put the defense on their heels. On the second play of the drive, they completed a big one. And on the third play, they take another shot. Didn't come up with that one, but wouldn't surprise me if they tried again here.
Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Scanning the field, it's Ramsey. He wants a big play here late. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. Now from inside the red zone. Going for 6. This is caught for the late touchdown, so let's not put this one to bed just yet. Ready to try the point after. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Army dazzled today in just about every phase of the game. And for an institution that's turned out 5-star generals and U.S. presidents, I think they may have their next great leader there at West Point. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away.
Man, you know the defensive coordinator on that play was holding his breath, because in the fourth quarter, you've got one of the fastest players in the game going deep on you, and that's going to be a helmet sticker for...
He'll loft one deep down the left side. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
I'll tell you, this offense just can't afford too many more incompletions because time's running out in the game. They need big plays in the passing attack, vertically down the field, and they've got to score some touchdowns.
Pocket starts to collapse. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, they're down a possession, and they're on their own side of the 50, so they need a big one right here. They've just thrown 3 straight incompletions, but it just takes one. It just takes one big play down the field to all of a sudden get that momentum and that juice flowing again to give yourselves a chance to win.
It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on fourth down. On the move, he fires. Picked off. Trying to take it back. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! Game is essentially over right now. You wonder if it's really necessary to jack up the score like this.
It might not be necessary, but I won't be forgotten. I can tell you that, because coaches, they don't forget things like this. Late in games, you want to run the score, get that extra touchdown. I'll get the chance in the future to do this back to you. I like it. Just keep it in the back of your mind.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. On first down, here comes this offense. Here's the handoff. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20.